Big-time stakes as we approach the end of the season. Bowl positioning, playoff spots, all on the table, but only if you find a way to win. Glad to have you with us in Evanston, Illinois. Ryan Field, home of the Northwestern Wildcats. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the USC Trojans, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Northwestern Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And he's going to bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So USC's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
3rd and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
And the Trojans are moving quickly down the field. He's got it on the right. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, XY.
Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Right down the boulevard. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
I know one thing this head coach does every week is he challenges his guys to start fast. And it's so important today, playing on the road in this kind of environment. You saw a nice drive. They didn't get the touchdown they would have loved, but still, kicking that field goal and taking this early lead, that's a statement for the visiting team.
So Northwestern's offense will go to work for the first time. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollack, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But, like, here's what's fun. You can't throw the ball off your back. And that's what this guy's going to try to do. Get to the quarterback effectively. The bottom line is every quarterback becomes really human when you hit him. Can he hit him and make him human?
Rush is on him. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Caught over the middle. It's Breeze. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. The Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32. All the way down at the 33-yard line. It's 1st and 10. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. The Wildcats had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Great awareness by that defender that time. Seeing the ball thrown, getting his big paw, knocking it down, and now you set up 2nd down.
Trying to find the end zone. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Still some work to do here on 3rd and goal from the 3. They're trying to slam it in. He did not make it. A stone wall on 3rd down.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Pop.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. The decision not pan out. The Trojans are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Spins away from the defender. Ridden out of bounds at the 14-yard line, and that'll give them a bit more room to operate. And the Trojans line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Surging forward on the sneak.
3rd and 1, everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. And we've come to the end of the 1st as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking to throw on 1st down. Safe completion on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Off the play fake. Here comes the heat. The throw to the outside is complete. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. The Trojans are moving quickly down the field. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They try to go draw, but it's just way too much penetration in the middle of the offensive line, and that the offense has a negative play.
Got a man, it's heavy. Pulled down for the tackle. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
And these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now, it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops.
There he goes! That's That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. They say success rate can be picking up about 4 or so on first down, 1st and 10. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted, number 19. Looking for more room. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but going the other way, and he's got room. He goes out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He's got it on the move. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. Defense rolling out the big bodies to try to stuff the run. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They lost ground on 1st down, now 2nd and goal from the 5. They'll move the wide receiver. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Moves away as he feels pressure. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now, and I'm using my athleticism, and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the 1st half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Snagged in the middle. It's sacked.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the right. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete on the right side. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden,
hauls it in easily enough for the first down. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. First and goal and a touchdown here really give quarterback wedging it in there on the quarterback sneak. Sneaks it in.
And you're going to need more of this in the second half. That's the way you punctuate a drive at the end of the first half to cut this to a one-possession game. You need more of that physicality in the second half.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? He'll start this drive firing. Finds his man. It's Hill.
this quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Abbey. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. Time update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great environment there today in Evanston. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Ryan Field.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Got it in the middle. It's set. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling.
It's another first down for the offense.
He leaves it with the back. Runs through the tackle.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality.
Breaks into the open. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 4. Clear this week. Who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
On 1st and goal, let's see if Northwestern can score.